Does anyone want to do a recap of the last session to try to earn yourself a token going into this?
Remember what happened.
I don't remember anything before
The school.
Frogs.
We fought the frogs.
Fought the frogs, have a battle axe.
There you go.
Let's see. Oh, they were like different than what they normally are. Like they're under some sort of spell.
Right,
Yeah,
and we
they
felt
seemed brainwashed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they weren't acting normal, these frogs.
But we killed them all anyway.
And then we got encountered by Batman, basically, the Dark Fox guy, who seemed to be the guy who ran the roller coaster, Aaron West. He tied us all together, and then he flew off on a jet.
Yeah. Toft is hunting, but the culinary school is open, and we ended up at the culinary school.
Yeah, I forced us to go to the culinary school. It's rabbit season for some reason. And we are about to go off in a battle of Umami Zenkai challenge. We chose the meat chef, Ryori-Ori.
We have also gone double or nothing against this chef, where in the event that we win, he not only has to give us the information we're looking for, he also has to join the Volta family as our personal chef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we have to give him 2 of us as slaves if we lose.
Minor detail.
We don't lose.
And that was also Nick's fault.
We don't
If-
lose.
Wasn't it, or was it Donnie?
I don't remember that being my fault.
It was one of you. I think it was Donnie.
I think Donnie is the reason
Donnie.
for this.
It was already going to be 1 person. Now it's going to be 2. All that we have to do is continue winning as we were before.
Well, at least we know who one of them's gonna be. Anyway.
No. Don't have to worry about any of that.
All right, well,
That's loser talk. We don't do that here in the Volta family. All I do is win.
All the time.
All the time.
No matter what.
Oh, Heather, you're the only one that doesn't get that joke.
Way to make her feel weird by pointing it out.
Well, like, now I want to tell her why it's funny, because we were playing a drinking game, and we
We're
were
short on
supposed to say...
time, woman.
Oh, sorry. I'll
Call
explain
me later,
the joke
tell
to you later.
all right. So
It's
you
really
guys-
not that important.
We should talk about it more.
I'm sorry.
So you guys spoke with Tomoyoshi, the bladesmith at Ringo Culinary College, and he presented you with 3 choices of students to go up against in Umami Zenkai, the greatest culinary battle in the world. And you guys picked Ryori. He's a year 2 student, a specialty in meat. He's got just like a white t-shirt, black jeans. He's got a black jacket. He's got a white apron, some food stains on it. He looks pretty, like he doesn't look like a fancy culinary student.
God damn it, we picked the main character.
He's got like, his hair, he does have like very eccentric hair though, and it's like kind of
Oh no.
very stylish.
Goggles?
No goggles.
Hey kid, do you want a job with the Volta family? We're looking for quality chefs of all kinds, talented people of any kind, really. We'll talk after the.
He ties a bandana around his head, and he says, "I don't have time to talk to the competition."
Okay, that's fine. After.
You guys are whisked off to a professional kitchen arena. There's pristine stainless steel cooking appliances, refrigerators stacked with fresh ingredients, every cooking utensil you could ever dream of needing. Tomoyoshi comes out with a microphone and spotlight on him. There's already a crowd of people kind of just like making noise in the background, getting excited for the battle. And he comes on the microphone and he says, "This will be a 3-round battle. Appetizer, entree, and dessert." And he points to Ryori. He's like, "We have Ryori Ren," and there's like a smattering of applause and cheers for him. And he says, "Versus," and then I don't remember if you guys
Get your hand out of your diaper, bud.
with a name for yourselves, but he just looks at you and says, "These 6." And there's like a couple
Now's the
people.
time. Now's the time for someone to claim it. Say our name.
The Volta family.
No.
No.
Damn it, no. I smack him.
I feel like it's too soon. We haven't developed like a rapport with each other. We just met.
We need to win this first.
Okay, so there's a couple people just kind of clap because this feels obligatory.
Hey, they don't have faces anyway. We're fine.
Yeah, most of them, yeah, they have very general, like just like you see like dots for eyes and like smiles and open mouth, stuff like that. So here's the way that this is gonna work. So you guys have already divided into teams of 2 for each round. I'm gonna give you
I
like
try to grab each person, but I realize every time I go to grab one, they've gotten grabbed, so I'm fucking stuck with money.
Hey, let's see, boy.
I album my sis and I say, do you expect me to cook without a voice? Come on, I need your help. I need to be able to talk here. Is there anything you can do? Help me.
Actually, I think this college had a secret engineering school, so I'll be right back. And I swing off.
Hurry.
I'll be right back.
so you
All right,
spin
I'm back
off.
now. Okay, I'm back. So I remember this friend I had, last name Spark, who had this cool robot spider. So I open this box and I hand it to you, and it says, "I skitter and creep, my body of steel, with a gift in my bite. Your silence I'll heal. Though I'm no venom, my sting brings no pain. With me your words will flow like rain." And I take this robot and I shove it into you.
Okay.
Like that.
Make a Tronics check. We'll say a DC
All right, that's looking for.
of 4.
Perfect. There's a temper tantrum going on. It's a 2,
Okay.
of course.
So, yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to aid in this, you can.
I'm gonna aid to get my voice back. You have 1 to start, and I can throw 1 at it.
Perfect. We'll both throw a toon token at it.
Wait, why do we have a team token again?
You start
Everybody
with 1.
starts at 1.
We always start with 1. Okay.
So, where do you
Does that blow you up, or
where do you shove this spider?
It hits him in his chest, and it bites him.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So this little spider machine bites into Clev's chest, and just like sparks irradiate around it, and they start to flow up the throat, like into the head, where they concentrate. And Clev, you can say if it has any effect.
Can you talk now?
Ow! Yeah, I think it worked. Thank you, sister. Appreciate you.
No problem.
it seems more convenient, but it seems a little weird to see Clever Jackal talk. Wasn't there a cartoon where he had a voice, at least like one episode?
Yes.
Yes.
Ralph Wolf talks when he clocks out. So, canon.
Okay.
There are a few Roadrunner episodes where he
I'm gonna say.
a little bit, like a few sparse words, I think.
Interesting. So
While all this is happening, I'm kind of like hands in my pocket, like shoulder slumps, just kind of like walking around, and I meander over to the guy that we're competing against. I'm like, "Hey man, I just want to say, like, best of luck. Me and my boy Ricky, we've worked at multiple restaurants before. Man, let me tell you, there was this one time where," and then he just like talks his ear off.
While she's doing
About-
that, I at least am strategizing with money now that I have a voice. We can at least get some sort of plan together since I see she's distracting him unintentionally.
As you
We'll do
go
we'll go with the
Randy,
plan that we were working
Randy,
on.
remember when me and Ricky had to do that we had to shuck all those oysters? You remember that? It was crazy. I had never eaten an oyster again after that. It was disgusting.
Okay, in the middle of you talking, he gets earbuds and puts them into his ears. Because
Hey, man, that's cool.
a little bit of blood
That's
has
cool. You're
come
just getting
down
in
from
the
one of
zone.
them.
I feel you. I like to get in the zone too, and it does not stop me from continuing to talk.
He just slowly walks away. He goes to his station.
Hey, cool, man. Good luck. Best of luck to you. We're gonna rock this out, okay?
And so who's doing? Okay, here's how the competition's gonna work. So there will be just a few I'll call them stipulations for each round. Things may happen during the round, but you will be given a limited selection of things that you can use to create whatever dish you're gonna come up with for this competition. There will be like difficulty checks based on how you're preparing this dish that you're making. The difficulty will decrease based on how well you describe the dish itself and like what you're doing to prepare the dish. So you'll be more rewarded for a better description of what you're doing. Doesn't mean it's impossible if you just say like if you're very general, but it will be less difficult the more you describe what you're doing. So who is doing the first round?
We are. That's why we had to strategize a little bit real
Okay,
quick.
yes, strategize.
Took our opportunity there.
Come up with the plan.
So so Tomoyoshi he's still on the microphone. He says, round one is appetizers. And he just says begin, and he just like puts his hand down. And you guys can check out, there's like a refrigerator that's been prepared specifically for this round.
Now, there's nothing that says that we can't use outside ingredients, correct?
There are no rules.
Perfect.
Tomoyoshi says.
Sounds
Yeah, you see there's a refrigerator there. Like, so inside this refrigerator, just as like what by default what's there. You see like right on front is like minced beef. There's chicken wings. There's shrimp. There's mushrooms, corn. There's a variety of like other vegetables and peppers, stuff like that. There's apples, raisins, pineapples, and there's countless like dairy products and breads and a pantry of like staple ingredients. So you two can begin preparing whatever you plan on preparing. As Ryori goes to work on his station.
Boring. Jenkins, bring me my phone.
looks boring, right? Exactly. Not our two.
Yeah, so the butler, whose name escapes me at this moment, we'll call him Jenkins.
Not actually, but it works enough for here.
Yep, he comes out and hands you like a very old looking, very big, thick cell phone.
Okay, going on to the cartoon equivalent of Amazon here, Shmamazon, and going to order every kind of exotic cartoon animal meat that I can find. So I'm looking for banana gator, I'm looking for fatty penguin, I'm looking for spicy zebra, I'm looking for pretty much any kind of exotic meat that I can find out of here. I'm going to burn a toon token for Wealthy to make this go easier on RGC or however that works.
Great. Yep, so you burn 2 tokens, so this is gonna be a savvy check for you. The DC is gonna be 4.
Okay. See if I can not screw this up. All right, that's neat.
An 8, yeah. So yeah, whatever you're trying to order on Amazon, you just crates. Shmamazon.
Amazon.
You see
So-
these crates that have like there's like mist coming out like the gaps because there's dry ice in them, keeping various exotic meats cold. They just pop in a puff of cloud and onto the ground in front of you as your order delivers right on time.
Perfect. Lux, shall we continue?
Yes, my back me meat grinder's already here. You took all that time. I already have my back me meat grinder. Let's get to work. Monet.
So what's your plan here? You must.
So we're just gonna have like silver platters, basically big silver platters, at the bottom of our meat grinder. Just toss all of this fancy exotic meat in the meat grinder, and as planned, it's just gonna pop out exactly as meat should when you eat it. After you throw it in the meat grinder, and stack up very high Scooby sandwiches, as high as you can possibly imagine. How many judges are there?
Just the one. It's just you just see Tomoyoshi sitting at a table, tucking a napkin into his shirt.
Well, we've got plenty, so we should at least have some.
We ordered way too much food.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We make one for everybody. Even shoot, what's his name? Who did we choose? Yeah, even Ryori, just so he can taste our greatness. One for everybody here, one for the judge, one for everybody we can make. But they're huge ceilings stacking all the way up to the ceiling. But I used to be a waiter. You know, I can. So I'm after we toss the meat in and they pop out perfectly into Scooby sandwiches that go all the way up to the ceiling. I have perfect control over them. I will deliver them as such, nice and tall. And as I set them, the one down in front of the judge.
Wait, final phase. This is appetizers, remember?
Tomoyoshi grabs the microphone and says, "We have a mid-round surprise!" And he snaps a finger, and from the ceiling, coconuts begin to rain down and slam onto the ground and just pile around. And he says, "You must use a coconut in your appetizer."
Okay.
All right.
So, final phase of the sandwiches out of it here is that we need to make them appetizer size. So I'm going to pull out the Professor's Shrink Ray so that we can make these into our regular bite-sized every meat sandwiches. And we could serve them on a coconut, or we could serve them in a coconut. We could use a little bit of coconut.
Well, luckily I just came across a Tomoyoshi knife. I can slice these coconuts and we can serve them right inside.
There we go.
As you know, hors d'oeuvres should be inside a coconut. Meat sandwiches.
Okay, first, Clev, for the assembling of the sandwiches, make a you can either do a Tronics check or I guess like a Kapow check. So this is considered prep work. It's going to be a DC of 4.
Okay, it's a 6 either way. I'll do Tronics. Let's say Tronics.
So you push them through this meat grinder, and so these exotic meats, you're just like kind of mixing them all together into like patties and making them into sandwiches.
Or in the sandwich meat.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got a 3 and I'm spending a token to make it 4, just so you know.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
That's a success either way. So however you were preparing, it's fine. And then, yeah, if you're doing further prep work with coconuts, whoever's doing that can again make a Kapow check. It's going to be a difficulty of 6.
Because I actually succeeded, I want to give. Sorry, sis. Usually I give it to you, but I want to inspire Volta in this moment and give him a toon token.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's inspiration. Continue to work with you. So, do I have to do anything for the shrink ray thing as well for making these bite size, like an electronics check?
Yeah, you make an electronics check. It's going to be a DC of 6.
I'll do the Kapow then.
With my 4, I can't possibly screw this up. All right, that's a nat 4 on the dice, which will explode.
Hey.
Plus 5, so that'll be 9.
It's 9, so that's success. So you use the shrink ray to like minimize, like as Clev is cutting these coconuts, right? Have you done that yet? That's gonna be DC of 4.
I rolled a 3, and I'm gonna use my last toon token to meet it.
So all successes. So we're looking good here. So you're cutting these coconuts in half to make little bowls for these mini sandwiches.
Every meat sandwiches.
Of exotic meat. Amazing.
Letting them soak in just a little bit of coconut juice.
Can't have it ruin the every meat flavor.
Okay. As you guys are doing this, you see Ryori is hard at work across the way. His hands are moving so fast you can't really see what he's doing. But he comes to the end and like he just has like a single like white dish with like a few things on it. And you guys can, if you're done, unless there's anything else you want to do, you can present to the judge.
I'm just gonna give him I succeeded in another roll, so one more inspired just in case we need to do anything else. And I think
Could we add some gold shavings onto it as well to give it that extra oomph, or is that too much?
Never too much.
All right, gonna have to get some gold and a little bit of one of those just like cheese graters. See, put a little bit of gold on top as well.
They win. They win.
Win.
All of a sudden, he's covered in gold.
Great. So okay. So yeah, you can present your dish to the judge.
Our every meat coconut sandwich flavored with gold, topped with gold.
Enjoy.
Perfect appetizer.
And you have enough of these to hand out to other people as well?
Yep.
Oh yeah, one for everybody.
Plenty of ingredients, plenty of time.
The gold was just for the judge, though.
So you.
No, that's fine. Everybody should have some.
All right.
So so you bring the sandwich over to Tomoyoshi, and he takes a look at it. He like gives it a smell, and like he takes a bite, and like his eyes like get wide and like almost like teary-eyed, and he says, "This exotic meat is a revelation. It's succulent and rich, a bold, gamey depth of flavor that feels both adventurous and refined. The bread is pillowy yet structured, cradling the flavors perfectly. The coconut shell, as a surprise, adds a whisper of tropical sweetness, its creaminess tying every element together. And those gold shavings, they don't just add luxury, they melt on your mouth with a subtle metallic warmth, making each bite feel like pure decadence. This isn't just a dish, it's an edible treasure!" And he slams his fist in anger at how good it is.
Fist bump.
You look at Ryori Ren. Now that I have a voice, you might as well just give up now, Ryori Ren.
He pulls an earbud out and he says, "I was just about to say the same thing to you. I wasn't listening to anything. I just wanted that freak over there to get away from me."
Hey, that's our friend.
He lightly glides the dish in front of Tomoyoshi, and you see it's like there's like a mound of rice in the center, and it's some grilled shrimp, and he has a small little like kind of saucer thing for him to pour a broth into the dish, and he explains it's a grilled coconut. I'm sorry, it's a grilled shrimp with a coconut curry broth, and you see Tomoyoshi takes a bite, and he drops the spoon out of his hand, and you can see like his face gets a little warmer, and he says, "The shrimp is grilled to perfection. Crisp, smoky char on the outside, yet juicy and succulent within." He goes in for another bite. He takes a spoon and like takes a sip of the broth. He's like, "This broth! Oh, the broth! The rich coconut curry envelops the palate like a silky wave, its sweetness perfectly balanced by the zesty heat of spices dancing on the tongue. It's as if the ocean breeze itself whispered into the pot, leaving behind a tropical symphony of flavors. This dish doesn't just taste good, it commands the senses to surrender."
Oh no, I don't feel like it's as focused on the shrimp there, the meat of the dish. So I'm not sure if it would really be able to win at the meat competition here.
He takes some notes on his notepad next to him as he gets finished tasting his dishes, and then like he pushes the dishes to the side, and he says, "It's an excellent opening for the first round of Umami Zenkai. And now we will move on to the second course of the competition, the entree."
You guys got this.
I mean, I don't know how to follow that.
I don't know how to follow that.
Who's on the entree?
We are.
Okay, great. So he stands up, grabs the microphone. Another like a spotlight comes down onto him, and he says, "The entree round, begin!" And you see the refrigerators that were there before are wheeled out, and new ones kind of like guided into place where they were, with different ingredients in them. So as you go to these refrigerators, inside there's a whole beef tenderloin, there's a whole salmon, and a whole chicken. There's potatoes, there's all kinds of vegetables in there, heirloom tomatoes, cabbage, asparagus, broccolini. Again, there's countless dairy products in there, grains, breads, pastas, and a pantry just full of like staple ingredients.
Gotcha, guys, if you need something else.
You may begin.
I mean, how do we top gold shavings on top of a sandwich?
Diamond shavings, I guess. I don't.
Diamonds. So I haven't heard if there's any. I didn't hear seafood in there, so we might need a lobster. Because I was thinking if we do a nice ribeye, butter basted, with a full lobster, pulled out of the shelf, but laid out with all the meat like it would be if it was just sitting there, wrapped around the ribeye.
Okay. Do you want to maybe incorporate veggies inside the claws of the lobster?
That's a great idea.
All right. Yeah. So who's tackling what task? As you.
I think I could do a lot to tenderize the meat with my sonic wave, and also my electrocution. I could make it super tender and soft and juicy, so it just falls apart.
Cool.
Like a low.
Yeah. So make a. I guess so. Okay. So if you're gonna use. You could do a kapow check, or you could do a bang check if you're using like a sonic weapon at your disposal. Difficulty is going to be a 4. Tenderize and start preparing.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a bang check then. On a d6, and I am trained in bang, so I get to add 1 to that. So I got a nat 6, so that explodes.
Explodes.
Boom!
So it moves up.
Please, thank you. So
Yes.
I'm making that ribeye real tender. So I got my hands above it, and I'm just like waving down through the meat, getting really good penetration. And then I hold on to it with my very clean monkey paws.
You're wearing gloves, right?
Yeah, go.
Yes, of course. To send a very gentle, low-level electric charge through it to really break down the connective tissue to make it extra tender.
Gotcha. Excellent. And what is?
Did you roll your d8?
Oh yeah, you actually get to roll a d8 as well since you exploded, to add to that number that you got. Because you're at 7.
Roll up again.
That's just an extra 1.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Every point counts.
Yep.
Make it good.
Cool. And then what's Quinn doing in this moment? So you still have a lobster to prepare.
Yes, but you didn't say there was lobster in the pantry, or there was?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's sure. There's lobster there.
Okay.
Now I'll
So I
find
grab
you
the
one.
lobster, but because I don't like killing things, I take the web and I throw it across the room into the steamer, so I'm far away from it when it's dying.
Still screaming.
So wait its time out. It's
Out
done.
of sight, out of
I
mind.
pull it out, and I start just deshelling it, taking every piece out, taking a one of those little wooden like rolly pin thingies,
Yep.
and just getting every single piece of leg meat out of every single leg,
Gotcha.
declawing it, pulling the claws out. Meanwhile, I've cut up some asparagus to use for the claws to hold, so they look like good little swords crossed. So I got the asparagus working in a nice little, in the oven. I got a nice little garlic and olive oil on top, salt and pepper. Every single leg, declawed.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I get the lobster all done. I get it all laid out. So from the top, it looks like a full lobster is ready to just be rested on top of this steak.
Great. Yeah. So make a. Let's see.
Okay.
You could do a kapow check. You could also do a bang check since you use your web. It's gonna be difficulty of 4. You could do.
I'll do a bang check because I'm a D6 then. 3. Shit, of course it is.
So it's 3. Okay.
Oh no, you don't have a toon token. Yeah.
So if Monkey has a toon token, you can donate a toon token.
I will donate my toon token
To succeed.
happily.
Appreciate you.
Do it.
All right, great. So okay. So yeah. So yeah, you fling this live lobster across the way. You hear like a tiny scream as it flies off into like a steamer basket, and then yeah, you deshell it perfectly. You get every single little piece of lobster out, and you have it assembled in front of you. Anything else you guys are gonna do to this dish? Just start assembling it.
Obviously, salt, pepper, Old Bay, and then I ask if there's anything else we can order from Shmamazon
Whatever
to
you want.
zhuzh up.
A little piece of lobster out.
Oh,
Up to you guys.
I've never heard of diamond shavings.
I think that would kill whoever eats it. So maybe-
Exactly.
Well, actually, let me take a look under the cartoon food library text. they have here. Do we have any fun edible diamonds that would go well on a lobster?
The closest thing that you can find is like they have like sprinkles that look like diamonds, but they're just made of sugar.
Probably wouldn't be a good texture.
No.
to add.
No,
Don't want
you can
that.
save that for
Maybe a
dessert.
glaze of some kind.
Up to you guys.
We could just try to let the entree speak for itself.
As Quinn was preparing the lobster, I threw the ribeye on. I don't know if we discussed cooking that. I threw a ribeye on the grill for a nice perfect sear, and then transferred it to a roasting pan to get perfect mid-rare cooking all the way through with just the right amount of blackened pepper crumbs on the outside.
I love it.
And
So
then
should we
obviously
assemble
let it
the
rest.
yeah, it's gotta rest, obviously. Yeah.
Right.
We all know that. Do you think we should assemble the steak with the lobster on top of it?
Yes.
Like it's around? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and then
And
his
then we'll-
claws are kind of hanging over the edge, holding on
Yeah.
to the swords of asparagus.
Yeah. The asparagus swords. Perfect.
Can we have like a little pilaf on there somewhere, or something else? Or you think it's good just?
Gosh. You think we should have a little bit of starch? Like some potatoes?
Yeah, or
Pilaf's good. Like a jasmine rice?
Up to you guys.
Jasmine
Yeah,
rice.
whatever you want to do.
just like a bed of rice around the edge of the lobster,
Yeah.
kind of encasing it all.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So for Monkey, you got to make a check for searing the steak, and that's going to be a DC 6. I guess since you're using equipment, you could do it as a Tronics check, or you could do a Kapow check, whichever one you prefer to do.
Okay. It makes no difference. So I'll do a kapow check. It's gotta wait. Both of them are a 4, so I'm gonna have to blow it up to sear the steak.
To sear it perfectly.
So just blow it up.
To sear it perfectly.
You can do it. You can do it.
Sorry. That's a 3.
I'm gonna spend 1 to bump it up.
Yeah, you can.
It can be anyone from the
Yeah,
team.
sure. Anyone that's here. Great. So you blow it up. So roll D6.
Right. That's a 1.
Doesn't matter. You've graduated. Oh wait,
No, you need a 6.
was it a 6?
And I have 5 now.
Somebody could throw a blessed in
Yeah,
if they really want to help.
Everyone has blessed still.
Everybody has a blessed.
So just roll D4 die? I'll do blessed.
Yeah, go for it.
4.
So
Boom.
your blessed
Blow it
die
up.
explodes. Yeah, so you can roll a d6 now.
Holla. 4.
All right, so that's 8 total. So that adds to the 5, so that's 13. Yes, that's a success. And now your blessed die is automatically a d6.
Thanks, team.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you're making a rice pilaf with this as well.
We will
Yeah.
jasmine rice. We're
With
going
jasmine
with
rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Quinn, if you want to handle that, you can do it as a. I don't know what type of check you want to do. It's gonna be a DC of 6. You could do it as like a
Oh gosh.
tronics check.
Rice cooker check.
Yeah.
Onyx.
I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah, Tronics, I guess.
Can't beat the rice cooker.
That's a 4 as well.
Basmati check.
What kind of die are you on?
I was on a D4.
Okay, so it
Oh,
explodes.
blows up.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So roll a D6.
Alright, C2. It's a 6.
Hey,
Even
blow it
better.
again. Yeah, roll D8.
Alright. That's the highest dice I've ever gotten to.
Gonna be
A 4.
the best rice ever.
Great.
The best fucking rice.
Perfect
Greatest rice of my life.
compliment to the main dish.
Anything else you guys are doing to adjust this dish before you serve it to Tomoyoshi?
I think it's perfect. Maybe a little melted butter on the side.
Quick, Monet, shave some gold into the butter.
Oh, there you go. Golden butter.
All right, so there's a little bit of gold.
Henry
leaf in the
Gold.
butter.
That's actually not a bad idea.
All right, you guys can. Tomoyoshi is ready. He's got a new napkin. He's tucking in again. His mouth is salivating. He says, "You may present your dish."
Oh, sorry, Daddy. What we have here is a classic surf and turf. Lobster ribeye over a bed of jasmine rice. As you can see, the lobsters come prepared for battle with its samurai asparagus.
Great. As you present it to him, him being a bladesmith, he's already like astonished, looking at the lobster holding the asparagus swords. He goes in. He goes in for a bite. He goes in for the bite of the steak, and the perfectly seared ribeye. And then he tries to he pairs it with a bite of a lobster and a forkful of rice, kind of all dipped into the golden butter all at once, and he just lets out a gasp, like a involuntary gasp as he takes his bite.
I need to hear this gasp.
Oh my,
And,
I think he just carried.
I hope he doesn't choke.
He says, "The ribeye is a marvel, seared to a smoky crust, giving way to a luscious medium-rare center that melts in the mouth. The lobster atop it is pure decadence, sweet, tender, impossibly fresh, like it leapt from the ocean to join this symphony of flavors. The jasmine rice beneath is a revelation, each grain a tiny pearl of aromatic perfection, and the asparagus swords, a playful yet precise touch, their crisp bite adding texture to the indulgence. This gold leaf butter is the final stroke of genius, rich, silky, opulent, like tasting liquid sunlight. This dish isn't just a meal, it's a legend in the making."
Liquid sunlight.
These are amazing, by the way. Please.
I'm using that the next time I have melted butter.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't even my dish, and I feel like I was a.
You see Ryori presents his dish as well. He with some suaveness slides the plate across the table, and it looks like just a green lump on top of some, it looks like whipped potatoes, and there's some kind of red sauce on top of potatoes. The judge, Tomoyoshi, not super impressed by the presentation, kind of scoffs at it, but he cuts into it with his fork. And as Ryori is explaining, that it's a cabbage roll stuffed with cubed beef tenderloin and rice, and with mashed potato and tomato sauce from heirloom tomatoes. The Tomoyoshi cuts into it, takes a bite, and you see like his expression just turns into like pure bliss as he's eating it. And he says, "This cabbage is tender, yet holds its form, wrapping the filling like a delicate embrace. Then the beef tenderloin, succulent, perfect sear, pairs harmoniously with this fluffy rice, each grain absorbing the savory juices. But it's the tomato sauce that steals the show. The heirloom tomatoes burst with vibrant sweetness and a subtle tang, a depth of flavor that can only come from the sun-soaked vines of a perfect harvest. It's hearty yet refined, like a comforting hug from a master chef." And as soon as he's done describing this, he wipes his mouth, he puts his napkin down, and again he slides the plates over. And he says, "I believe I'm ready for the final course, dessert!" And he gets up and he gets his microphone. The spotlight comes down. He says, "It is time for the final round, the dessert round, my favorite."
Does anyone else find it odd that the only judge we have is the same person we're making a bet against?
Do you say this out loud, or you're just saying?
No, I'm saying it out loud.
He turns to you and he says, "Do you have any reason to doubt that I would be anything but unbiased?"
No, not really. Just
Perfect.
interesting.
Begin! And
Okay, my girl Brandy, are we gonna do this just like at home? And then Marty, without even consulting his girlfriend, just like rips his clothes off.
The fuck?
In our kitchen, he's only allowed to wear an apron.
And then I put the apron on to cover my bits, except for my tushy that's out.
I give him a
I do
good.
it the way my
They
girl
haven't
knows how to
seen
make
the
me do it.
I give him a good game, and then wash my
Yeah.
hands.
And I'm like, like rubbing my hands together and like raising my eyebrows and like, ooh. The whole time.
Oh
Just
my.
remember, you're Popeye, not Marty.
yeah, so
You're like
Popeye,
a-
a naked Popeye wearing an apron.
Right. So she's probably not turned on by this, but I'm forgetting myself here. And then the next thing I do is like look under my apron and I'm like, oh man. Don't look, Brandy.
Don't
This
worry.
ain't the real me, you know it, girl. Okay, and then I guess
Okay, Marty, remember the rules of the kitchen. You listen.
whatever Brandy says goes.
That's right, baby.
All right, so yeah, the refrigerators are wheeled out. New ones come in. They've got these ones just have like desserting like ingredients, so like fresh ripe fruits, butters, creams, eggs, other kitchen staples, chocolates, sugars, etc. Anything you could think of that you might need in this situation.
All right. So I'm gonna get some flour and salt and butter, and I give it to. But is there frozen butter? Can you tell me if there's frozen butter? Can there be frozen butter?
Of course, there's frozen butter.
Okay.
As Tomoyoshi whips open the freezer, and it just like he pulls it, and it's bigger on the inside, as like it just like flies out, and there's just like tons of butter, just like several rows of butter.
So Marty mixed together the flour, salt, and then grate in the frozen butter. Tell me when it's all mixed.
You got it, boo. You got it, my queen. I got it. So I do that.
And then I'm gonna get some cream cheese and lemon. And hold on, I had Wade text me. Wait, what's his name? Is it Wade? Is it my guy?
Oh,
The guy in my
I don't remember
phone?
what is his name.
Seth?
hold
What's
on.
his name?
You're all supposed to know your guys' names.
There's too many of them. Hold on.
The guy in the chair.
I know. Please don't bring up any of my people's
Billy.
names. I'll be like,
Real life it's Wade, but I don't.
It's Billy.
Billy. Yeah, I had Billy text me a recipe for a filling. So, do I have to tell you everything that's in it?
I mean, you whatever you're doing, you have to tell me.
Detail.
All right, I grabbed some gelatin and water, and
Blue?
Marty, will you juice a lemon for me?
You got it, boo. And then what did you say to do?
I need it zest. I need you to zest.
Oh yeah, so then I'm just like sensually dancing around as I'm zesting the lemon because I'm doing it just like we do at home.
Sugar, water, egg yolks, cornstarch, butter, not frozen butter, regular butter, to make a lemon curd. And then more gelatin, cream, sugar, vanilla, salt, and heavy cream. So I'm gonna make like a no-bake lemon cheesecake.
Great. Okay.
And then I'm like looking at what she's doing, and I'm like, I got just the thing, boo. And I go into the fridge and I grab a bunch of blueberries and a banana and stuff, and I go back to the sink, and in a colander I'm rinsing the blueberries, and I'm like, shaking the thing, and they're just like dancing in the colander as the water's running over them, like a slow-mo like you would see in an anime as you're like rinsing them and stuff.
Yes.
And then I lay them all out so that they can dry, and then I take the banana and I just like hold it up to like my crotch region and plop it on the table like to brandy. And then I just toss it because I don't need the banana for anything. I just wanted to make a phallic joke, and then
I throw some flour on his face when he does that.
All right, so I need Shiner to make a check for me for what you're initially doing, which was
rinsing blueberries.
Okay, you've also
No, mixing together the dough for the.
Yeah.
Making dough. So that's gonna be. I'm gonna call that a kapow check, or maybe a savvy check. Either he could do either one. It's gonna be a DC of 4.
I'm gonna do a kapow check, and I rolled a 4 that explodes.
Bam! We need everyone to a D8 today, guys.
And then I rolled a 3. Where's my pencil?
7. Okay.
Where's my pencil? And then I'm +1 trained in kapow, so it's an 8.
8. Awesome. Yeah, so you make this dough, you grate the butter into the flour and stuff and combine it into a nice supple pie dough? Pie dough? Pie?
It's gonna be a puff pastry.
Puff
so it's in a
pastry.
ball and it has to rest for a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, and
So hopefully
then
you're for that.
in the meantime, you're putting the lemon curd together, is this right?
Lemon curd cheesecake, yeah. No baked cheesecake.
So you need to make a check for me as well. You could do it as either a savvy or a bang check.
I'll do a savvy.
It's handler at DC of 4.
I got 3. Wait. I'll use the toon token to make it a 4.
Cool.
Brandy girl, you save it. I got you. I use my toon token.
Brandy
You're
girl.
my queen. You don't need to spend a dime, baby.
Is that a D4 or is that something else?
It's a D6.
Okay, but you succeed. Okay, great. So you're making this lemon curd. Okay, so move on with what you're doing. Like, what else are you doing? So, anything else to this dish? For example, let's say the puff pastry is rested.
Okay, so then I'll roll it out and cut it up into little squares and put it in a cupcake tin while Marty does his blueberry stuff.
Yeah, so then I'm like adding sugar and some more lemon zest to like the blueberries to like macerate them and give them like a tang, or like not a tang, but like just adding some
Great.
zest to it, I guess.
So as you're doing that, you see Tomoyoshi grabs the microphone and says, "We have a mid-round surprise." And opening from the floor, like there's just like a panel that just like opens, like, and up from it comes like these big like metallic jugs that have like frost on the sides of them. And he says, "You must incorporate liquid nitrogen into your dessert. Good luck."
Easy.
Guys, it just occurred to me as well that I don't know how this is going to work, but the theme was meat.
We got it.
The theme wasn't meat. The Ryori's specialty was meat.
Oh, I thought that meat was the. Okay, never mind.
We killed it. Don't worry about it. Meat or no. So meaty.
So, you have this mid-round surprise.
Perfect. That's easy. I know what to do with this, babe. Don't you worry.
Oh, boo, I trust you.
And
You know, it's not usually cold when we're cooking, but.
All right. I'm gonna put some weight in these puff pastries so they don't puff up too big and they stay like a little cup, and put them in the oven.
okay. Puff pastry in the oven. You've got smoke from or mist from the liquid nitrogen pouring out the tops of these jugs that they're in.
I'm gonna go to the fridge and I'm gonna pull out like really thick, hefty like slices of bacon, and I'm gonna chop it up into small pieces and coat it with like spread it all out on a pan and coat it with like brown sugar and like a drizzle of maple syrup and then some like cayenne pepper. I'm gonna stick it in the oven also to like cook that and give it like a spicy sweet kind of thing.
Okay.
Are my pastries done?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I want to. All right, hold on. Okay, so I take a pastry and I fill it with the cream cheese, lemon, curd mixture, which I used my nail art expertise to make like pretty swirls with the lemon curd and the cream cheese. Did you make me a blueberry glaze?
Yep. I mean, I macerated blueberries, but I also, after I rinsed them, I put some in a pan and made it into a glaze. I forgot I was doing that. But I made a blueberry glaze as well.
Watch out, kid. I hear if you do too much maceration, you might go blind.
Hey, man. I do plenty of maceration.
So anyway, I put like a little like hole in the middle of each of them,
Okay.
and drizzled the blueberry glaze on top, and then we're gonna put some lemon zest and powdered sugar on them.
And what are we doing with the liquid nitrogen?
I think we're gonna put it in the middle of the hole so it's just like smoking. Or like, are there any teeny tiny like thimble-sized metal?
Like literally like thimble kind of like little containers.
Well, I don't know how, because that just makes the whole dish not edible. So no, I don't know how liquid nitrogen works.
Can I?
You can interject.
I just want to put it in the middle so it looks like a little volcano.
Yes.
But that's not really cooking with it. I feel like we would.
Really, really, really cold liquid that becomes fog as it evaporates.
I think I'm gonna pick up the banana that I chucked, and I'm going to peel it and make sure that it's a good banana. If that one got bruised when I tossed it, I'll go get a fresh one. And I'll grab tongs and I'll stick that in the liquid nitrogen and let it freeze, and then pull it back out, and then very carefully thin it slicely to make like banana chips.
Slices
And then,
Slice.
what did I say?
Thin
it
slice.
slightly.
I was also
Long
going
loop.
to say we could use the liquid nitrogen to make whipped cream and make the bowl and the beaters really, really cold. So
Okay, we can do that also, but I'm gonna make banana chips and then melt some like make a chocolate ganache and like drizzle it with a chocolate ganache.
Do you need any gold?
Yeah,
Still
I'll
have
do
some.
that for sure.
It's been the theme.
That'll be the final
Gotta tie it
touch.
all together.
Are you doing anything with this bacon that's in the oven?
I'm gonna put that on the where we talked about using bacon, but then I don't know if the blue boob.
No, I like bacon on it. It should have some crushed up bacon and a blueberry. So it's puff pastry, the cheesecake with the lemon curd, blueberry glaze, some lemon zest and powdered sugar, a blueberry, some crumpled up bacon.
And then just like kind of as like a garnish is the banana, the ganache covered or like drizzled banana chips.
Yes, which is on a bed of whipped cream.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the frozen banana chips.
And I say this is
Yeah,
not
they're
what
frozen
we
banana
usually do with the whipped cream, but it's close.
So you'll each have to make one more check for finishing assembling this dish.
Well, can we have a little sprinkle of gold too on top?
Of course.
Thank
Say
you.
when?
When? A touch.
So you can tell me what check you think is appropriate for what you're doing, because there's so much going on right now.
That's a lot.
We were texting each other and then we're like, oh my god, we want to eat. It's like we want to make this.
And now I'm hungry.
Well, the
Liquid
chocolate
nitrogen
vanilla
and
was
gold,
a
that's a hard
surprise
comeback.
because of the nitrogen, but I think it'll work. It's like 2 desserts in one.
Yeah.
Just for the presentation of it all, or how well it's gonna go together and taste.
Just for whatever
Whatever you're doing to assemble it.
assembling.
I think for presentation, if we're doing it for that, it should be an awooga check.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
What's the DC?
DC is 6.
Got this.
Is it collective?
No.
Okay.
Does anybody want to bless me? I got a 2.
I'll give it a shot. I can try. I only got that though. Let's see.
I can.
Oh,
So I could do
Ooh.
roll a
That's
d4.
plus 1.
You're at 3. Does anyone
So
have
we can
tokens?
add blesses together or something.
Yeah, you just can only do it once.
I got a 3.
So that's
That's
6.
not-
So that's the DC.
That's what we need.
Okay.
Okay, and then I would do an awooga check for the banana
Sure.
chips.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does that count as me blowing up my 6 chips we all collect? Okay.
It's also
Needed
DC
2
6.
blesses to get that.
Okay, I rolled a 2, but I'm not as concerned about the banana chips looking.
I am concerned on that, so if there's a blessed thing, I will go ahead and use
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 2.
So it's a D4, you said?
Yep.
That's 3. And then I will
That's
give you another toon token to.
You could blow up
Bring
your
us to 6.
bless die if you like.
I just gave a toon token in addition to the 3, so that should be 6.
We'll
Okay.
consider that you blowing up your.
Right, but because you
Wait,
rolled a
no.
D4, it
Yeah,
makes
you
it
can
a
blow
Oh,
4.
now I get it. Now I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, that will turn it to a 4. Blow that up, and then that is not a D6. That's a 6 on the second blessed
So
die.
that
Alright,
blows
so
up.
let's roll again.
Huge.
These banana chips are like,
These
Now
are
they're-
show
they
now.
didn't have to be so great, and now all of a sudden they've got gold all over them.
That's a 7, and just to be fun, I'm gonna use my last toon token
Hey.
to turn that into an 8.
That's a triple
Oh.
blowout.
We're gonna make this the best banana chips that have ever been seen. It's only a 4 on the last one, so that's 4, 6, 18, 22 to add to whatever you had.
I had a 2.
So 24 altogether.
These are pure gold
The
banana.
best
Wow.
damn banana chips.
For the DC 6.
Bless you.
Bless you indeed.
Alright, so as Tomoyoshi prepares his final napkin tucked into his shirt, and he asks you to present your dish.
Oh, so here we have best of both worlds, woman and man. We have the bloobs as boobs, and the bananas. Let your imagination carry you away. You'll find the sour, sweet, savory, and spicy seem like they shouldn't go together, but they just mingle and tingle your taste buds so nice.
You see Tomoyoshi cuts into it with his fork, getting layers of everything on this fork, and he holds it up, and it just shimmers under the lights of the arena. and he closes his eyes as he takes a bite. And as soon as the bite's in his mouth, his eyes like flash back open, and he says, "The lemon curd is bright and tangy, cutting through the creamy cheesecake like sunshine on a summer day. The puff pastry beneath is buttery and flaky, adding just the right amount of crunch to balance the silkiness. Then this blueberry glaze swoops in with a sweet and fruity kiss, tying it all together. These frozen banana chips dipped in chocolate are a genius touch. Crispy, cool, and decadent. The whipped cream is impossibly airy. The candied bacon adds an addictive, smoky, sweet crunch, and the sprinkling of lemon zest and powdered sugar lifts everything to a new level with a citrusy sparkle. And the gold flakes, pure elegance, making each bite feel like a celebration. This dessert isn't just a finale, it's a crescendo of pure delight." He sweeps the plate over to the side, his mouth watering for the final dish to be presented by Ryori, who brings over a circular black plate that has like a single cylindrical thing in the middle, and then there's a huge abstract like sugar, some kind of sugar art thing that he's done that's just like up like a sculpture coming out of it. And he brings it over and he says, "This is my chocolate and coffee flavored creme brulee with a sugar shell, and also a little sugar tweel sculpture that I made." And the Tomoyoshi, he taps the sugar sculpture like with a spoon, and it crashes down onto the creme brulee and like cracks it perfectly. And then he takes a bite of the, like, cutting through the caramelized sugar shell. He cracks through it with a spoon, and he takes a bite, and he says, "The first hit is a bittersweet crunch of the sugar crust, giving way to the luscious cream beneath. The chocolate and coffee dance together in perfect harmony." And you can't help but stand up as he's saying this. He says, "Dark, rich, and indulgent, like a velvety symphony of mocha." And that sugar tweel, what a masterpiece. It was delicate, abstract, and adds a playful elegance, while the powdered sugar dusting feels like a kiss of sweetness from the heavens. It's not just dessert, it's edible art. But I do wonder, as he taps the spoon, he's like, "Where is the liquid nitrogen, Ryori?" And Ryori slams his fist down on the table. He's like, He's like, "I couldn't find a way to fit it into my dish." And Tomoyoshi says, "This will hurt your score," as he takes notes on his notepad.
Hey man, you know, these cheeks don't just distract Brandy. I get it, man.
So the Tomoyoshi is sitting there looking over his notes. He's arguing with himself, like talking to himself like he's two different people, deliberating over this. And he slams his hand down on the table. It's like looking down angrily at the table, and he grabs the microphone and he says, "I've come to a decision. Against all odds, I must declare our 6 challengers as the winner of Umami Zenkai."
Jenkins, get the paperwork.
I start twerking.
I twerk with her with my butt hanging out of my apron.
And you
I
see
shield my little
Ryori
boy eyes.
angrily takes off his apron and slams it. And Tomoyoshi says, "Ryori, you know, you lost out with your time management at the end. It just seems like you have a lot more to learn." And he cries and he runs away. And and you see, Jenkins shows up. He's got a stack of paperwork. He just like plops
So
it.
this says that you'll be under the patronage of the Volta/Monet family. You'll be able at call in the event that we need you for anything, but you will have all of the resources required for anything that you need going forward. Again, as backed by the Monet family. Be able to help your school however you need, but in the event that we need your knife skills, your food skills, or anything else, you are available at the call. Thank you very much, and if you could just sign here, 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 and here.
He takes the pen that you hand him, and he's signing in the right spots. He says, "I will keep my promise."
Thank you. Welcome to the Volta family. Happy to have you. We only employ the best.
While that's all happening, I was quite surprised because I'm not a big fan of Marty, Mr. Shiner over there, but he surprised me. So I go over and give him a little bit of a good one, kid, and I give him a attaboy and smack him on the ass too.
Tomoyoshi says, "I always keep my promises, and as I've said before we begin this competition, I will give you some information that I have." And he says, "Please follow me."
Yeah, I forgot that's why we were doing this.
Oh yeah.
It was more important that he joined the Volta family, but it's still.
Kidnapping to solve.
Eh. Networking.
Before I move on to this like next little part, is who's not at a D8
For everything, or
for anything?
Looks like just Laura.
You do not have a D8. Okay, that's fine. I just was checking. And what do you have D6s in?
Kapow, Aruga, Guts, and Sap.
Oh yeah, we can get you
You
there.
get a lot of D. Okay, cool. Tomoyoshi says, "Please follow me," and he leads you out a door out of the arena. He takes you to like a set of stairs that goes down and looks like into a basement below the school. He starts taking you down a dimly lit hallway.
I just want to say that I do grab my clothes and redress. I'm not still in the apron.
Gotcha. Okay, you're redressed. He takes you to a door which he unlocks and opens, and he turns before he like turns on a light. He says, "I haven't showed this to anyone yet." And you walk in, and there's a metal pot in the middle of this like kind of dank room, and it's like comically large. It's bigger than anything you could ever actually cook with in the real world. There's some like hardened residue in the pot, like it's been a while since it's been used. And there's like a wooden table with some papers strewn about. It's kind of like waxy paper with like different things written on it. There's diagrams on these papers, there's pictures, descriptions of something called the soup. So if anyone wants to investigate this kind of area, you can make a savvy check.
I'll keep it.
The DC is 9.
I'm about to blow this up real quick. Hey, I did it.
So
Nice.
to a D8. That is good.
I rolled a D4 and rolled a 4 and blew that up also for a
Nice.
savvy check to see what's going on.
I rolled a 1 and failed.
So take a
No.
token. Anyone that fails, take a token.
And then I just rolled a
I mean-
6 and blew up my D6.
Nice.
If anybody can roll a savvy check,
I rolled a 3 on Savvy.
Or
Right,
should we
you
And then
stop
another-
get
everybody
a
blowing
toon
up?
token.
Rolled a
I got a
5,
two
so I
token.
got 11 total.
11 total. Great. So you succeeded that. You and Marty both.
I rolled a 16 total.
I
4,
failed,
6,
so I'm
and
gonna
6.
take my toon tokens.
I rolled hoping that I would get a toon token on just like a savvy check. Like, and I didn't get it.
Just a savage. Yeah, I just roll like a fucking beast.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care if I fail this. Like, someone else will probably get it, right? So I just rolled so I could get a toon token, and I succeeded the hell out of that.
Can't keep you down.
I did just roll a savvy.
What would you get?
7.
All right. So you get a 2 token.
Oh, because I needed 8.
If you have a toon token, blow it up. I mean, might as well.
Or save your toon tokens. You don't have to.
True.
If other people won, I don't think everyone needs to succeed.
I say blow up when you can.
Well, there's also
Oh, yeah.
an argument to be made about saving the blow-ups for important things as well, just to get those higher things. Because it's easier to blow it up when it's smaller.
True.
Okay. So for Shiner and Fran, who succeeded, you guys see these like papers on the desk. It's up. You guys just like are in sync, and you're lining up these papers in the right way, where you put them on top of each other and like kind of push down on them. You can see that they align and form something like together. where you see these diagrams and pictures start to make sense. And pretty much what you pick up from looking at these is the soup is this idea of taking existing cartoons, breaking them down by cooking them together, and somehow like extracting their data so they could be replicated, changed, and combined into like weird amalgamations, abominations, and new and unique characters. It like these plans are like to help create and automate processes for creativity, like coming up with new character ideas and cartoons without the need.
So is this like a meta understanding of this, or is this a like it's plans written to like make new creatures, or is it plans like they're aware that they are in a cartoon and creating things out of it there? Like, is there an awareness from what we're seeing?
These plans seem like someone who made these plans is aware that they're in a cartoon world and is using other cartoons, extracting their data, putting them into the soup, and then are able to use that to spit out different things, like from what.
I mean, sounds like it's Aaron West,
I know, right?
the ride operator, doing that.
Tomoyoshi says, it all looks like gibberish to me, but I figured I should show you. As for the knife, I lent it to that baka, Elliot Toff. He promised to bring it back to me with fresh rabbit from his hunting, but I'm yet to see anything from him. Also, look at this, and he points to like a rectangle on the wall that has like some waxy residue, very similar to the one that you found in the Wonderwith house. He says, I hope that the information I've provided to you is to your expectation, because it's all I have.
Oh no, this is good work.
Who's is this? Who does this belong to?
I don't know. I stumbled upon it, but it looks like it's been long since they've actually used this facility. Given the.
Can I? Oh, good. Sorry.
Yeah, good.
I just want to check out the rectangle on the wall, see if it's same color as the other one. Check it out a little bit. Was it pink or purple? We had a hard time deciding whether it was pink or purple. I think it was supposed to be pink though.
Anyone can
I
make
thought it
a.
was supposed to be purple.
You can make a savvy check if you.
Oh no, because the real crayon's purple.
Difficulty of 4.
Right. Savvy. 5. I'm gonna blow it up. All right. Because I disagree. I should want to blow it up all the time. +2, so that's an 8 altogether.
Yeah, so this is definitely the same as what you saw before in the other house, and it's a pinkish color. Looks like it was written on there with a crayon.
And we asked somebody about the pink color, and it was
Cheryl.
Zach. What was that?
Gerald and his pink crayon, I think, something like that.
Something like that.
Paulie.
So close.
Remember, because there's 2 Pauls.
Polly. That's right. Pinkish color. Probably. Gotcha. I didn't write Polly down.
Tomoyoshi says, if you run into Elliot Toff, tell him that I want my blade back.
Fair enough.
From him, with the rabbit.
Wait, don't we have the blade
You do have the blade.
covered in blood?
It's not covered in blood
I'm
anymore.
not asking a lot. I'm just asking.
Somebody wiped the
he
blood
wants
off.
the rabbit that he was promised. That's pretty much what he's after.
Okay. Yeah, don't give my
What are you
blade back.
making with the rabbit, out of curiosity?
Nothing specific. It's just that we require the freshest ingredients here. And he happens to be a
Oh, you
proficient hunter. At least he claims to be.
So what's the best thing you can make with the rabbit?
It's, I mean, I enjoy a rabbit confit.
Guys, we
Not
have...
much fee on a rabbit, though. You know what I mean?
Describe this rabbit to me. What kind of rabbit? Are we talking about a regular rabbit? Are we talking a Chungus-sized rabbit? Are we talking... Obviously, you lent a powerful knife towards this guy, so obviously this can't be just a regular rabbit kind of thing, right? It's got to be some kind of super great rabbit.
He has like a half smirk on his face, and you can make a Wooga check, DC of 8.
See how this goes. So that's a 3. I'm gonna spend the 1 to blow it up.
Can any of us make that a good check, or just
If you say something else, you can.
I will, because I.
That's a 4 in addition to the 4, so it'll be 8 altogether.
Did I say? What did I say? It was a DC of 8.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So he, through his half smirk, he says, "This rabbit that I'm after may be familiar and pretty large. What's it to you?"
I mean, if we have to go and get all this stuff back, we would need to grab the rabbit, and obviously, you wouldn't hold out on your employer on this. You'd be making some for everybody, right?
If you
requested... sell this to me, man. Is this going to be worth it? I need to know.
He says, "If I'm
How
being
tasty
honest,
of a rabbit are we talking here?"
He says, "If I'm being honest, I haven't cooked this type of rabbit before."
Okay,
So it's unknown to everybody, or is it something that has never been seen before?
Are we thinking this is like Roger Rabbit or like Bugs Bunny?
This rabbit wouldn't happen to be attracted to females in red, would he?
Can I use my interrogator and be like, tell us more about this rabbit?
Our mouth is literally watering right now.
Okay, you usually use interrogator.
That's +3 to a savvy check.
So give me a DC of 8.
4 with my +3.
So a natural.
Somebody help her. Oh, 4. Oh no, 4 with the plus. Oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's
No, he's not gonna tell me anything. That's fine.
Get a toon token.
So.
Hey, you token.
Oh yeah, Heather, take 1 for inspiration.
Oh, thanks. Can I ask the same question and then maybe he'll answer me? Alright, I'm gonna ask the same question. We're on savvy, right?
Yep.
It's a 1.
He does not want to answer that.
But that's got us at what, 5 now? Or
The what?
That put us at 5? Do I piggyback off of her, or is mine separate than hers?
Oh no, yours will be separate. Yours is separate.
Oh, never mind then.
I'm gonna be like, hey man, I know this bunny who, like, I'm pretty sure I got pretty hot and wild for the chick in red that they're talking about. Oh, it used to be my biggest crush before I met my girl Brandy here. And I remember as a kid, I would just watch that show all the time just so I could see that girl.
He says, "Is there a question in there somewhere?"
Who's the bunny?
This is a rabbit we're talking about, right?
I can't think of the rabbit's name that likes the girl in the red. Is that who you're talking about?
Make a savvy check, or make a Wooga or savvy. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a savvy.
DC of 8.
Yeah, start question.
I rolled an 8 and I blew up.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I rolled a 6, so 14.
As you're talking, he just stops. He puts a hand up. He's like, "Please, just please. You've got me. I'm after Roach Rabbit."
Roach Rabbit. The name doesn't sound as delicious, so you gotta continue to sell this on me here.
His name is he's a rascal. That one. Roach is just in the name, but I believe if I were to get him into my tender hands, I would be able to make a dish supreme.
Dish supreme.
What's your beef with Roach Rabbit?
No specific beef. It's just Elliot Toff is already after him, and if he gets him,
2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing.
Exactly.
Might as well.
Yep.
Ah.
I lend him the knife.
What beef does Elliot Toff have with Roach Rabbit?
Well, and he looks at his watch. He says, I think it's just rabbit season.
I personally prefer duck season, if you know what I mean, especially with the confit.
Oh,
Like
no,
you were
he's
saying
making
about
this
the
rabbit
rabbits.
sound
just wait
really
till you
good.
have rabbit confit.
All right.
All right, guys, we're hunting this rabbit.
Should we go to the woods then?
Yes.
Into the
Does
woods.
this rabbit like carrots?
Huh?
Does this rabbit like carrots?
I believe he does.
I feel like he's more into rhubarb or something else, like celery, something else. Warm and crunchy.
I pull a
guess.
piece of dynamite out of my back pocket and I paint it like a carrot. And I will tie it to what looks like a fishing rod and keep it out, like, you know. Carrot and a stick. Pretty sure this is how you do it.
Okay, so you guys are going to head to the woods?
Head into the woods.
I guess. What
We're
was
hunting
the other-
rabbits.
Wait,
It was either go to the school or go to somewhere else. What was the
It
other?
was the woods was the other thing, so
Oh, to the woods.
yes.
before we leave the culinary school,
Into the
I
woods.
start to hear this like voice in my head, and I don't know where it's coming from, but I just like the whole time we were cooking and stuff, I would hear faint whispers of like clam chowder. Get the clam chowder. Don't forget the clam chowder. And so like I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? And so like it gets louder as I'm like roaming about, and like as everyone's finishing up getting ready for this thing, I like find a way to like a pantry, and I open it up and it's just full of cans of clam chowder, and I'm like, I don't like clams. And then the voice in my head's like, you gotta eat these clams, you gotta save them for when you need them the most. And I'm like,
Sounds like a witch.
who am I to argue with myself, I guess. So like I grab like 3 or 4 cans of clam chowder soup and put them in like my pockets, and off I go.
I'm
Not
side
knowing quite what they're for yet.
Perfect. So you have clam chowder. And anybody else want to do anything before you leave for the woods?
Just in case, are the nameless people completely inert when talking with us or so, or is it
Have they just kind of cleared the area since the
You're not in the
competition's
arena
over?
anymore. You're in the basement, so there's no other people around at the moment.
well, not necessarily just here, but on like when I was trying to talk with them before, it was like completely inert, or it's like are we talking like they're completely like robot-ish, or is it they just weren't interesting at that point in time?
They didn't seem useful.
They're just like
in any
NPCs that you
capacity.
can't really
They
talk
seem
to.
to like if you were to put your hand on their shoulder, you're seeing Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You're the wrong person to ask this, but
Yeah.
When their faces go blank.
yeah, remember there's
Turn
one scene where
around.
he tries to turn around the guy and he puts his hand on his shoulder and he whips him around, but as soon as like it would show his face, it flashes back to just the back of his head. So like
Yeah.
it's that kind of
Okay.
thing. So like
Okay.
they have a set. It's like they're like automated. They have a set routine.
Okay. More robot then.
Yep.
Let's go hunting.
So you got the hole. I don't remember who's got the hole. But you can head to.
I guess I'll take the hole out with my other hand that's not holding my TNT carrot fishing rod.
Yeah, mine didn't work properly last time.
I'll be honest, man. I'm sorry. I didn't trust you at first. I nicked this off you. That I'm gonna
You
keep
didn't
it.
trust me. Lux, we go back.
I just listen. I was maybe gonna hold it for I don't know, but we got a little closer during that. I'm still gonna hold on to it, but I just figured I'd let you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Everybody, jump! Throw the hole onto the ground.
To the Fool's
Let's
Woods.
go hunt.
I like swoop Brandy up like a newlywed thing, and then we just jump in.
Man.
We cut to a thick green land with bright brown tree trunks, a high, fully covered canopy. You guys drop into a scene which is quiet. almost too quiet. You come walking, and as soon as you guys like arrive, you see this like black and white anthropomorphic rabbit come sneaking out from behind a tree. He has a carrot in his hand, and as you think he goes to take a bite, he actually just like takes an inhale because it's actually just a carrot-shaped vape. and he blows smoke out of it as he sees you, and he goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Gringo Volta / Monty Monet of the Volta family. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Mr.
He says, "Rabbit, roach rabbit." And
What flavor of vape is that? Just kind of getting an idea. How big is he? How fat is he? Like, is he flavoring himself in a not so?
I feel like we need to actually protect this rabbit, but
I don't think so. I mean, it is in fact a rabbit, and how many people get to eat something like this? Especially if it's the roach rabbit.
I want to step in and introduce myself, and I want to use smoking to make a good first impression to get him to trust us.
Okay.
Or his guard.
What does that add to? What does that do?
It adds 3 to a Wooga.
Yeah, make a Wooga check. DC. Hold on. He's gonna a DC of 7.
Alright, I gotta blow it up.
Just a reminder of wanting to wrap it up early.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I got a 2. I feel like I'm just gonna add 2 tokens to make it a 7.
If that's what you want to do.
Okay.
So what do you say to him?
Cause he said, "Who the heck are you?" I'm gonna say, "I'm fantastic. Fantastic. Tell me more about yourself, bunny boy."
As you say this to him and like reach out a hand, he reaches out a hand and goes to kiss you on the hand, and he does so, and
Hey, watch it.
I give Marty the look. I give Marty the trust me look.
and he says, "You guys are talking about food. I know you're not talking about cooking up me, but I am hungry." And he out of like his fur, he like has like a fur pocket, and he just pulls out like a full hot dog, like in a bun. He just pulls it out, and as he does so,
yeah, go for it.
as he does so, you hear a shotgun, and you just hear it ring out from like a different direction, and you look at Roach Rabbit, and there's red all over his hot dog, and he goes, "Oh fuck, my hot dog!" And he says, "Just kidding," and he's like, "This is ketchup," and he takes a lick of it, and then he just takes a bite and he runs off as a short, head-shaven man in full camouflage holding a shotgun pops out of a bush, and he goes, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to kill that rabbit." And this is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Fun.
So
Guys, we're gonna eat that rabbit.
We will start next time with meeting and speaking with Elliot Toff, the hunter from the Fool's Woods, who's trying to hunt Roach Rabbit. And go from there.
So, guys, we should entice Roach with a hot dog machine that will produce hot dogs on demand, the perfect shape and size and color, as a trap, as bait.
I don't want
like it. I mean, he's eating hot dogs. That's gonna go right to his thighs, and they're gonna be juicier than ever, most likely. So,
I mean, but again, whose side are you on? Elmer Fudd's or freaking Bugs Bunny's? Come on now.
I'm on the side of the one that gets to eat the rare rabbit.
I don't think Elmer Fudd ever gets to eat the rabbit.
We're not Elmer Fudd in this case.
Yeah,
That guy
but
is, and we're gonna kick his ass.
But Elmer Fudd could be connected to the kidnapping.
Okay, so we'll deal with him afterwards. How many times do we get to eat something like this? Our world didn't have anything like that.
Exotic meats.
Exactly.
Our
You'll
world
get more
has
exotic than a talking rabbit, especially if it's a beloved children's cartoon too. Think of what it
I had a
tastes
hard enough
like.
time killing the lobster.
This is sadistic.
Now the vape
I don't know
has
if I
me a
can kill
little
a
bit
rabbit
worried
that's
as
me.
to how that's gonna flavor the meat, but we're gonna figure that out. But we even have a guy to help us cook this out.
I'm not eating it.
It's gonna be fantastic. It's
I'm
gonna be
not fucking-
fantastic.
Still rabbit.
Can we go around and everyone tell me how many tokens you have, if any?
I have one.
One.
3.
Okay, hold on. 3.
Every time I was hoping I'd fail a check to get a token, I would
Sounds like 8.
blow up instead.
So 8
I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but last time I only had 1, so I didn't have enough to get a skill, and this time I have 0, so I don't have enough to get a skill.
Well, you do have 8.
I know,
And
I
you
wanna
all
make
blew up
one
to
more
a
check.
D8. So I'll tell you real quick what your D8 suite of abilities is going to be. Assuming you want to spend, you will have to spend all your tokens. You won't be able to unlock all 3 of these because you're going to need 12 tokens to do that.
Is this in addition to the current group skills?
It's
Or
these
The
are
new
these are
set.
new set of skills that you get. All right. So 8 tokens, and everyone gets to pick one of these abilities to use. Okay. 12 tokens, and everyone gets all 3 of them. The first, and I'll put this on Discord, but just
Is it 10 tokens to get 2 of them?
No. You either get 1 or you get all
3.
of them. All right. So the first one is called "Give 'em the Juice." You can that gives you the ability to spend a token to increase a teammate's die type for 1 roll. So, like if someone's on a D4, they'll roll a D6 instead, and so on. The second one is called "You Son of a Bitch, I'm In," and that lets you allow another player to use your skill die for a check once per session.
I like that one.
The third
Sounds
one is
good.
called "I Get Knocked Down." If you take an injury, your next attack roll has advantage. Okay, so you guys can think about those, and I'll put them in the Discord. If you want to spend all 8 tokens, or if you would prefer to get individual abilities to that, that's up to you.
Those seem really good. You son of a bitch, I'm in for getting all of them.
Either that or the third one, because combat seems like we're going to be...
Well, you can each
Happy
pick your
to-
own. You can each pick your own. So you each. If you
Wait,
spend,
we pay, but then we pay for 1, but we each only get to pick 1, but we can pick what it is.
Yeah, if you pay all 8
Okay.
tokens, each one of you gets to select one of those 3 abilities to use.
Okay.
And then it's only 4 more if we want to buy the whole suite, so everybody gets all 3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So we might as well do that, and everybody get your choice of one of those. Choose
Yeah.
your favorite.
Okay. Let me get my calendar real quick, because I'm sure the next question will just be, when are we going to do this again? So, hold on.
And then, is everyone good? Does
December
everyone want to do that? You all want to spend your tokens, pull them together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have unlocked those 3. Okay, great.
Were you typing our ingredients into AI?
Maybe.
I thought it was either that or a thesaurus.
What did he say?
It was amazing either way. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Well, I'm a little disappointed that the judge didn't lose his clothes.
yeah, I had to I give it that feel, and there's no way I could have done that on my own.
No, I was like, well, the first one I was like, that was amazing. The second one I was like, fake bullshit. I was like, the third one I was like, oh yeah, he's.
It was worth it.
No, it was great. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that was really good.
And I wasn't on screen for your banana dick joke, but that was also great. Oh man, I was dying.
I told her, I was like, I'm like, Marty's gonna be, because they're always doing stuff in the kitchen.
There's
I
a lot
usually
more whipped
dessert.
cream involved usually.
Yeah.
We're cooking.
I think I've got your dessert down. Puff pastry. Well, it's out of order, but puff pastry with a blueberry glaze, and cheesecake, crumbled bacon, lemon zest, lemon curd, a blueberry, freeze-dried banana chips that are dipped in chocolate and whipped cream. Is there anything I missed there?
The candied bacon crumble.
Candied crumbled bacon.
Candied.
And you can't forget the
Double
gold flake.
Yep, and the
Like
gold
arm
flake.
He's
It was
mentioned.
the theme.
All right, so December. Does anyone want to do the second or third week in December? The week of the 9th or the week of the 16th?
Yeah.
All I can say is I can't do anything before the 12th. Afterwards, my schedule will get better.
So do we want to try to aim for the 16th then?
Sounds like it.
Sounds good.
Okay. December 16th, Explodeville.